Welcome back, Helldivers, to your daily news update. Now, today we have some big news in the Discord from Twinbeard letting us know about an update that is getting reverted. This one, I think, is going to make a lot of people happy, and we're going to be reading through it and then talking about it in today's video, so I hope you guys are happy about this. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. So many of you always put in good opinions, good thoughts for the future and stuff, and I really appreciate all those comments and love reading through them, so thank you for all of the support. If you guys are excited about this news, if you wouldn't mind, consider dropping a like on today's video. Let's go for a crazy like target of let's just say 1,000. Just for some good news today, right? We've needed some good news in the community, and if you wouldn't mind considering subscribing, that would mean the world to me. But anyway, guys, let's get in with the video and let's read through it. So Twinbeard, I love Twinbeard, right? My favorite dev. I also do love Johan, some of their funny responses and stuff. Twinbeard goes on to say, Helldivers. As many of you have noticed, something has been off with patrols and spawn rates for some time now. This primarily leads to more enemies rearing their ugly heads than they're supposed to. Indirectly to players feeling overrun, kiting, and subsequently less fun gameplay. This has been the case for all players, but predominantly, for smaller teams and solo playing. We've been aware, but frankly, the past couple of weeks have been so hectic that we haven't been able to give this the TLC that it required. By the way, this is all to do with the Sony stuff and everything that was going on with there. We now have, and we've concluded that it's not working as intended, and we're changing it. There might be some minor tweaks, but overall we're reverting back to how patrols and spawn rate worked before the patch that changed them a few weeks ago. We believe that this is more or less how you currently want them to be. And in my comment section, I've seen so many people saying, Dom, why don't they just change it back to the old way it was? I preferred it like that. And they said, we also know that you want us to do things and change it properly instead of rushing them. And we do as well. Therefore, implementing this will take some time. We want to give it a proper testing and review it. And simply see how it works this time. Even if it means we're faced with more bugs and more bots than even the bravest of citizens would deem realistic for a while longer, we hope you're happy with us fixing the problem. Onwards and upwards at everyone. So, great news here in the Discord, guys. They are reverting the update on the patrol and spawn rate. And I think this is going to make the sort of play just a lot nicer for a lot of people. And I do understand, I've also had other comments saying that people liked it the way it was because it caused more carnage, but I think the majority have said they don't like it. So if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor as well in the comment section, give your opinion. It'd be nice to weigh up sort of what the community says. I kind of wish that Helldivers would do another poll, but I think the reason they're not doing another poll is from the looks of things that most people want this reverted. So anyway, we'll see what happens and what goes on there. So that's really, really good news. So also coming up very soon at the end of this month, we will have the major May build. There is going to be so much within this major May build. I don't know how long it's going to take to get this patrol spawn and spawn rate thing sorted, whether it's going to make it in time for the major May build at the end of the month. That's something we're still yet to know, but hopefully we'll have news on that. Obviously in this major build, what they tend to do is they add the war bond weapons early and the reason they do this is because it means that when they add in the weapons and all the armor and the new stuff, when it comes to the second Thursday of the month, they don't have to give us a patch to download. People can dive in straight away, do a small server-side update instead of client patch, and then they've got all their weapons waiting for them in the game to try out. And that's another point to move on from this as well, guys, and something they're working on. We are expecting a much more exciting war bond, and that's what I'm looking forward to. giving us weapons that are more fun to use in game are more powerful. You know, like I think what happened after a while with the war bonds is I feel like players were getting really hyped for the next Helldivers 2 war bond. That, you know, the hype was there, and then every single time people purchased a war bond and they tried out, especially the first weapon, it was just always, if it was an assault rifle, it was just always so weak, and it kind of felt pointless. And to be honest, you know, when I did my reviews on the new weapons in the war bonds, I would jump into a game and I would be like, and I would use the first new assault rifle, and I would be like, kind of trying to give it a bit of love, but then because I was thinking, what if this is just me? But I would just felt like they were just so underpowered, and whenever I used those assault rifles against, if I was doing bot missions, it would be hard for me to bring you guys good gameplay experience, because I would just get, by testing the weapon against the bots, it would do nothing, and I would just get myself killed. So yeah, it's a very interesting place we're in at the moment with Helldivers. It's been a rocky month, I think, just to say the least, and I think this is a very usual thing. What happens with an indie game that blows up, and indie games have not been blowing up on this scale for years. I can't remember when the last time that, you know, indie games have started to take over. Obviously you sort of move from being a small indie studio into a larger studio because you've got more money, you've got a massive fan base that you have to sort of provide stuff to, and it's a bit of an insane time. And I don't feel like many of us can give our true opinion on what we believe. We can obviously express our feelings of being unhappy about things, because that feedback really helps the studio. But I just couldn't imagine, as a person who maybe starts a small indie studio, and I have an idea for a game, I have a small team with me, and then we release it and it just goes viral online, and all of a sudden it's just, we go from, you know, you go from the smallest thing that you ever expected, which, remember, this game was released in February, and then all of a sudden you're being talked about by everyone in the gaming industry. It must be crazy hard, and I do feel bad for Arrowhead in many points, with, you know, Sony trying to take over and ruin the reputation, and, you know, the devs didn't want this either. And what I really would love to see for Helldivers moving on for the rest of 2024 is just to see them sort of take what they've learned, because remember, all this is all new stuff that they've learned, move forward with it in the future, and really show us as a community what they've got in store and what they want as a game, and show us that they want to be the biggest game. They've said this, that they want to keep this going for 10 years plus. They want to, you know, they want this to be the best live service game, and they can do that. And yes, there's so many points at the moment that Helldivers players have dropped. I saw the classic videos already coming through from many other YouTubers saying the decline of Helldivers is here, and Helldivers is dying. And of course, when I go onto the Steam player charts right now, the player base is down to 32,000 on Steam as we currently speak, and it has a current peak players of the day of 88,000. And yeah, that is very, very low for Helldivers. Of course, it's always bigger on console, by the way. But yes, they weren't dropping from. They had a solid 200,000 to 300,000 players for a solid 2 months. But the thing is, people get bored of the same old thing, and Helldivers luckily is a live service game, so they can change things up, and within big updates they're going to bring a lot of players back to the game, but it takes time, and hopefully we'll see things coming very soon. I will catch you guys in my next video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.